Welcome to the Two Ton Nerds. As always, my name is Max James, and in this episode of the TTN Presents It is Day 4 of the 31 Days of Fright Horror Movie Project, Year 5, and the movie of the day is Eli Roth's Knock Knock, starring Keanu Reeves. I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was fun. It was a fun type of horror because you didn't quite know what to expect. Or what was going to happen in this movie. But I'm going to tell you what you need to know about this movie, and first up is the plot. The plot of the movie follows Keanu Reeves' character. He is staying home while his wife and kids go off, and allowing him to stay home and get some work done because he is an architect. So he kind of needs some peace and quiet and kind of finish this particular project that he's working on. And in doing so, these two ladies who show up at his doorstep in the rain, asking if they could use his phone while an Uber or whatever shows up, so they can, or a cab, to show up and take them where they needed to go because they found the wrong house. And the wrong house wasn't home, or something like that. And then throughout the movie, they start to kind of flip the switch on him, and they kind of start torturing him throughout the movie in various different ways. And I really liked the ways of it's not really graphic ways of torturing him. It's like very psychologically hurting him, like in different ways. Like his wife is a painter, so that they attack her paintings and destroy him, and they kind of start tearing up his equipment and stuff like that. So it's much more than that. But while they're there waiting for their driver, they kind of start to seduce him, and very successfully so he end up having so he ends up cheating on his wife, and they end up recording it. So they've been kind of torturing him with that as well. Like, well, we're going to post this on Facebook and all that good stuff. So, and that's pretty much how the movie goes. They just torture him throughout the whole movie, and it actually has a very good ending to this. So, I think so. It's because the Pixies play one of their songs, like the last song in Fight Club. I can't remember the name of the song. Where's My Mind? I think that's the song that plays. It's a very cool sequence. So I know. I want to talk about the acting in this movie real quick. The acting is very give and take, because there is parts in this movie where the acting is very, very good, and the acting is kind of like, depending on who you are, the delivery of certain lines will kind of like throw you off. And it did kind of throw me off, but then I kind of started to think about it. It's like, it kind of makes sense why they did what they did and why they delivered these lines in such a way. So I'm not too worried about the delivery of the lines, because it's more about the journey of the movie more than anything. So and Keanu Reeves is really good in this, and so is the other two actresses in this. Lorenza Izzo and Ana de Armas. Those two play the torturers. So the psychological mind games they play on Keanu Reeves throughout the movie. So it's really fun. I really enjoyed this movie. There isn't really no scare factor, unless you want to count, like, you don't know what's going to happen next, which it does account for a lot in some horror movies. So I really enjoyed this, and I just think this is one of Eli Roth's better films. I actually will pick this over Hostel and the Hostel movies, and I thought it was great. I have another Eli Roth movie that I'm doing tomorrow. So I will, because it's like kind of two very different movies that he made. Like, this one was the second movie he made. So after he made The Green Inferno, which that's tomorrow's movie, is The Green Inferno. So I kind of wanted to talk about those two movies for this project. So that's really all I gotta say. I'm going to get it right in my grading scale. It is the 1 through 5. You got 1, run-of-the-mill horror. 2, best watch with the group. 3, more than average horror, but adds nothing new to the horror genre. And 4, helps move the horror genre forward. And 5, being a horror classic. Now, this is kind of hard because it is definitely a 2. It definitely is best watched with the group. But it is definitely more than average horror for the psychological genre of horror films, because I really thought this was pretty good, because you didn't quite know what their end game was until the final scenes of the movie, and that was really great, and I fully enjoyed it. So I say it's about a 2.5. It is definitely best watched with the group, and it's kind of like The Shallows. It's definitely best watched with a group, but it's definitely more than average because it does look good. It flows really well, and the points that they hit are hit well. So that's really all I gotta say. My name is Max James, and I'm going to go geek out.